You're listening to America's Diesel Podcast.
Have you ever heard of Temu?
Yeah. They sell all kinds of
Dude, don't get the app. You will sit there for hours looking at shit.
Isn't Temu one of those it's like an overseas company that just sells everything?
It has to be because it's shit's so cheap.
Yeah.
Like extremely cheap.
So is it like Wish?
Yeah, but it doesn't take as long to get to you. Like my wife's been ordering some clothes and shit off there. I actually ordered a couple of things, but it's hard not to. You come across something, it's like $2.99.
Yeah.
But it's freaking wild.
I've come across even parts that you would use in the garage.
Oh, dude. All sorts of garage tools, all sorts of stuff.
So the one thing that whenever I search always comes up on Temu, and I can't really find it anywhere else for a good cost. I'm sure some of you guys now are going to be like, oh my God, why didn't you do this? Is the good, that fabric style harness tape that you wrap harnesses in. Yeah. Every time I search it, locally, it's oh, well, we have this. And Temu's I have every wool of every selection.
Yeah. I have a box of 500 if you want it for $6.
Yeah. Exactly.
Dude, I almost bought a drone. I was just wow, I don't need that. But it's so cheap that it's why not?
High quality items at bargain bin prices. How can I say no?
Seriously. Dude, I found actually a pair of heat waves on there for $6.
How does that even happen?
I don't know. I don't know if they're actual heat waves or if it was, but they were. I didn't buy them because they were they. It was a weird color combination. I was oh, that's kind of stupid. But I mean, come on, man.
We got push pins. We got clips for body panels on cars.
Freaking slingshots.
Crocs.
Freaking.
This is my first time hearing of it.
Oh, dude, the shit is so cheap.
It's
so cheap.
You know how Alibaba is the bulk overseas version of Amazon?
Yeah.
This is and I would put this in that era, type of thing. Everything's super duper discounted.
It's crazy. Some of the shit. There was a mini crossbow that you had to put together that shoots toothpicks.
Nice.
And then I kind of wanted it, and then I went to go find it again, and it was gone. And then it just came back, and it's $3. I'm man, I've got $3 I could waste on that.
Yeah,
that sounds like at least $8 worth of fun.
Oh yeah.
So it's similar to Amazon, but the other part of it is it's sort of like a deal a day type thing.
Yeah,
things are there, but then they're not. Sometimes they come back.
Full face covering snorkeling thing. Well, that's $31. That's kind of expensive for this.
It's kind of exciting. It's like shopping roulette,
dude. It's so cheap.
I'm going to take this one back, but I don't know if any of you guys remember Whiskey Militia back in the day for buying clothes and basically anything. Sounds so bad, but basically anything Chad related, it could be anything from reef flip flops, Oakley snowboard pants, electric goggles, anything that a 20 to 25-year-old person could want in the late 2000s, 08, 9, 10. And it was all deal a day thing. So it would be it was before they even had an app. So you log into the website and it'd be things were discounted 95%, but there's only 3 of this size, 2 of this size, and 1 of this size. And once it's done. It moves on to the next thing.
Yeah.
So but you could sign up for emails and be hey, sometime today we're going to have Von Zipper sunglasses on there.
Yeah.
You should check them out.
Yeah.
And so you're always refreshing, always looking, always watching.
Yeah.
But the things were so cheap. And then what the part that always got me on it was rather than paying for shipping on every single item, because you could get a tank top for $1.
Yeah.
A cool Volcom tank top for $1, but then it was $6 to ship it to you. They would allow you to stockpile your orders for up to 2 weeks.
Oh, so you get free shipping,
and then you add each item gets added in there for just $1. So if you have an order and say it was a shirt and it was $6 shipping, you could say hold my shipping, hold it, and it's I got another shirt. It's cool, add it to this shipment for $1. Added.
This one does the same thing where you buy something and it gives you you have 4 more hours if you want to add something more to that box.
Yeah,
and that you don't pay any, because I think after $10, but you get free shipping. But freaking 3D printer, $81. Like, I'd give that a shot for $81. I'll build some chess pieces. I don't know. Like,
Figure it out.
Dude, night vision freaking goggles, $149.
NVGs.
Dude.
Better yet, we got them when we're 40.
Yeah. Serious. Beer coaster, a leather beer the coaster that hangs on your belt. $3.27.
Beer
holster, sorry.
Yeah.
$3.27. I mean, come on.
It's like, why not?
But why not? The cap gun shoots bottle caps from your beer. $249.
Damn.
I'll buy 6 of them.
Yeah. Give me a 6 of that.
Yeah.
Give me a dozen. I use them once, I throw them away.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah. Anyways, don't get it because I literally like stay up till like 11 o'clock just like searching through stuff. Like, do I need that? Do I need that? Do I need that? Yeah.
It's dangerous. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
This week's podcast episode is brought to you by Fuel Bomb Diesel Additive, an additive designed for diesel enthusiasts, made by diesel enthusiasts. Ben, take it away.
Hell yeah, dude. So this is our in-house Fuel Bomb fuel additive for your diesel truck. Our biggest thing here is making sure that you can pretty much always have diesel additive on you all the time. You've got a lot of other additives out on the market that they have, anti-gel in there all the time. They have cetane in there all the time. They end up being big and bulky bottles. Our standard everyday diesel fuel additive is 1 ounce per 32 gallons, and that's its main job is to make sure that your fuel system stays lubricated and prevents the formation of algae. And it should also help you in colder climates too.
Should definitely help you in colder climates. Along with cleaning your fuel system and maintaining it, it'll also help you bump that cetane number up for a more efficient burn of your diesel fuel. And if cetane is just what you're after, there's the Fuel Bomb Hellfire, which is our straight 8+ cetane enhancer.
Yeah, and you guys asked, and we brought them back. We did go away from the bottles that didn't have the measuring little parts in there. We brought them back for you, so now you can measure out your 1 ounce per 32 gallons for the F-Bomb or 4 ounces per 32 gallons for the Hellfire.
Both these additives are available on our website, dieselpowerproducts.com. Now let's get back to that epised.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. This is Ben, Tyler, and Corey from America's Diesel Podcast coming from Spokane, Washington. Make sure and check us out on all the normal podcast avenues. Check us out on Instagram. We do go live on there every Wednesday right on 5 p.m. Pacific time on our Instagram page. It's America's Diesel Podcast. Also, check out our Facebook group. It's a spicy unit. It is America's Diesel Podcast - the group. There are 3 questions you must answer to get in. I will say a lot of you guys that have been submitting your answers, it's nice to hear that there's some new guys because there's some of them have responded and said like, I'm kind of new to the show, so I haven't heard you talk about this, but I feel like it'd be this. And a lot of times their guesses are like, it's on par.
Yeah.
But the reason we ask those 3 questions is there's a question in there that you could, like the whole Duramax thing.
Yeah.
What kind of britches do they wear? You could have, this would be the first episode you listen to, and you could probably understand that we think they wear tight jeans with stones on them.
Yeah.
With an extra hole in the back. Whatever.
It's a flap.
Flap.
With a little magnet, so it's a quick release. Just don't fart too hard because it'll just blow that flap right off.
But yeah, so I want to say hi to all the new listeners out there. Thanks for listening. Give us a chance. And
yeah, and actually I want to say hi to. There was so obviously I'm still helping out the people in the shipping department. We had a nice lady come in, pick up a part, and before she left, she's like, "Hey, I just want to let you guys know my husband listens to the podcast and he loves it. Do you happen to have like a shirt?"
She was talking to you?
She was talking to Jared, and I'm just back there like putting something in a box. I'm like,
"What's up, girl?
What's up?" Yeah. So, I'm like, I'm one of the guys. We're out of stickers. We're out of shirts.
Yeah,
we're out of hats. Now that I think of it, I should have just gave him a cup, but yeah. So hi, whoever you are. Don't know your name, but if you sent your wife to our store to pick up a part, hi.
What day was it?
This was it? I think it was yesterday.
So then it would have been July 11th.
Yeah. Might have been the day before. I don't know. All days are running together. It was this week.
Yeah. After July 4th, before July 12th.
Yes.
That's your window.
Yeah. So, hi. Thanks for listening.
I can tell he's like, you sit bending back, you're like, hey.
Yeah.
What's up, girl? Then you realize, like, oh, it's not a young lady, but okay. You walk up like, ma'am, this is going to sound really weird. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to make a gesture. Okay. This is not at you.
Yeah.
This is at your husband.
Yeah.
Okay. But I need you to transfer the gesture to him.
Yeah.
And you just, like a They go
Kick her in the balls.
Tell him I put an extra glizzy in there for her. And you just watch your face like, what the fuck does my husband listen to?
Yeah.
Us!
Yeah. So
Tyler reviews.
So hi. Thanks for all the reviews. I'm totally screwed up right now. Leave your 5-star review on any of the platforms you listen to this podcast on. Screenshot that review. Send it to podcast@dieselpowerproducts.com. Make sure to include a picture of your truck and an address so Ben can eventually get you a sticker when we get them in.
Which at this
Recovery.
point, who the
Yeah.
circle of depressing. I have no idea when they're going to be here or if whatever. I don't fucking know. Anyways, yep. If you need parts we need to pick up, make sure and check out dieselpowerproducts.com. You see that quick ship logo, it's guaranteed It's guaranteed in stock, ready to rock. In stock, ready to rock. God, the barley juice is getting cold today and it's feeling good.
I just loosening up my lips.
Lips the tongue.
Lips the tongue.
Yeah. If you're talking to a salesman or saleswoman, because we do have one of those now, let them know you're a podcast listener. Receive nothing monetarily, but special attention should something happen, because we do play favorites. And honestly, when you guys do reach out and let me know if something goes on, I am more than happy to fix it. It makes me happy that you guys know that you may not have placed the order potentially with me or Tyler, but you can reach out and we can still take care of you guys. Because, little known fact, when this podcast started, me and Tyler were still 100% on the phones.
Were we?
Yeah.
I was?
Yep. It's 2018, man. We were both still in.
Yeah, I guess so.
We were still in the bullpen.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was when you, Sans, Ash, and Tyler, yeah.
Oh, my Lord. Time flies. That was 2018.
18. It was like.
That was 5 years ago?
It was.
We've been doing this for 5 years?
Yeah. It was,
no way.
It was towards the end of 2018. It was like October or something like that, maybe November.
How come we're not millionaires by now? We suck.
We should have had like 4 helicopters by
Where's
now.
our jet?
Yeah.
It's on Temu.
Yeah, it's on Temu. Just gotta order it. Well, let's get into the goods here.
Tyler, what do you think it is?
What?
What do you think he's talking about?
Oh,
I already told him.
yeah.
Yeah.
The truck looks good, Ben. I did say that in private, and I didn't plan on saying it. Recorded, documented. But yes, the truck looks good. It looks good. Damn it!
Except the headlights.
Thank you. Yeah,
Except the headlights are really stupid.
They do go with the black grill.
And paint your wiper arms.
I may or may not do that. I don't know.
Fucking paint them, dude. You probably have a flat black paint laying around. Dude, just paint them. It's the first thing they hop in the driver's seat and they look through the window and they're gonna see your fucked up wiper arms.
Wow.
Just fucking throw a little paint on. Take a Sharpie and just.
I will not do that.
Come on.
Maybe I'll paint them. I don't know. But I'll give you guys a quick update on the
This is just a sales pitch for this red truck.
A little bit. Well, I mean, this episode's coming. If I haven't sold this truck by the time this episode comes out, then this has all gone downhill very quickly.
You need to rethink your flipping flipping plan.
Because this is supposed to come out August 3rd. That'd be bad. That'd be very bad.
Yeah.
Anyways, so it's the 95 OBS I did the kingpin swap on and cleaned it up, and that's basically the equity that I had in the F450, turning that around. Got everything all cleaned up, got some tires on there, and they're going with the Iron Man! Some 315 75 16s. They do not rub lock to lock. I fucking love it. Like, I'm so happy that for a minute there, I was not going to do tires. When I had it running and driving, and I was thinking, like, you know what? Because truth be told, our cost on those tires delivered was like $780, something like that, $776 or something like that.
But I tell you what, because I saw the before.
Oh yeah,
and I see the after now. That truck looks 1,000 times better.
Yeah,
like those tires you had on there. I mean, they were absolutely shot.
Oh yeah,
and it just when you have shitty tires on like a decent truck, it makes the truck look like a pile of fuck. But then when you put new tires on a decent truck, it looks damn good. Yeah. It looks like a working man's truck.
But yeah, I got those on there. Big shout out to Jesse, who's been on the podcast a couple times, our shop guy. Me and him actually busted those tires out, mounting and balancing on and off. It was like 32 minutes.
Yeah, that's basically what I did, like with my truck. Yeah. Because would take 2 off, and
Mhm.
he would do those. I'd put it on while he's doing the other one, and lift some. Yeah, it worked out good.
It's a good time. I did put the white lettering out.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, because if I'd be
That's an old Ford. You got to.
Yeah, I'd be really upset if I didn't.
Yeah, and you got the freaking, what are those center lines? What are they?
I think they're the factory Alcoas.
Alcoas?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alcoa 16x8 or something like that.
Yeah, fucking white letter out.
White letter out. It looks good. I mean, I did a really, really quick wash on it because I was dead set on getting it. So today's Wednesday, obviously, the 12th. I was dead set on getting it posted yesterday.
Yeah.
So we finished getting the tires on. I jammed home as fast as I could. Washed it, like probably the fastest I've ever washed a vehicle. Like just literally a slapperoonie. And then someone ended up buying the stock headlights from the Excursion that I cleaned up. Oh yeah, side hustle. Remember we talked about that, cleaning up headlights for side hustles?
Yeah.
Someone actually bought them.
Well.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, they're for $40.
Yeah.
I mean, but they were not like super nice factory headlights, but hey, it's $40.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. And he was stoked on them. Anyways, yeah, there's a turn around for a side hustle. I don't know if it was worth $40 of my time
Right.
because it took me a couple hours,
Yeah.
but I don't know, whatever. Yeah. Anyways, so I was going to meet him at 6:30 and I was like, well, that's the parking lot I usually take pictures in for when I sell stuff or sell cars. So I like jammed home, like washed it as fast as possible, tried to wipe down as much as I could, took it over there, got the headlights sold, took some pictures of it. I will say, those of you, like I did, Trevor, I did see your comment on there. I don't know why Facebook is compressing those pictures so much, but they are not that blurry, and it's kind of pissing me off. I tried to reload them today, like 100% first year connected to Wi-Fi, and it didn't change anything. So I'm kind of fucking pissed at that. I may try taking more.
Have you tried turning your computer off and turning it back on?
Several times.
Okay.
I cussed it out twice too.
Gotcha. Okay. Did you just spit on it?
Yeah, spit on it, slapped it around a little bit. But yeah, I was kind of bummed at that. I promise you, like on my phone, the pictures are sharp. You can zoom in nice and far. Like it's not distorted or anything like that. So I don't know why it's doing it, but whatever. I mean, they still show the truck. I tried to get close-ups of it, and I took a shit ton, and I didn't post all the pictures, but I took enough to where someone's like, you know, how the bed rails look. I've got pictures of that. Like, how's the bed? How's the tailgate? How's under the truck? I got all that shit. But I got it posted for $13.5. It's a little high, I know.
Yeah.
But I want to see what I can attract, because there's a lot of, I was gauging the market. There's a lot of other trucks out there that are lower mileage 250s, and they're asking like $910 for them.
Yeah.
But they're still TTBs. This thing, not only does it have a 60, but it's got Kingpin 60. And to the right person, which unfortunately, like when you're trying to flip stuff, you don't want to sell to a very small market. You want to sell to a large market, but it's what I had available. To the right person, someone's going to see Kingpin 60 and be like, gotta have it.
Yeah.
I fucking gotta have it. Like everybody else puts the ball joints in there. I need the Kingpin 60. I gotta have it.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that they do and they buy it and everybody ends up happy. But even in the listing, because like I mentioned before, it's like I know of, you know, from owner to previous owner to previous owner that apparently the engine has been replaced at one point. And I tried to describe that in the listing. I was like, I was told that the engine has been replaced with a lower mileage unit. I don't have any paperwork on this.
Yeah.
I have had several 7.3s of varying mileage, ranging from 102 to 350.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, this thing starts up, runs and drives like a sub 200,000 mile truck.
Yeah.
Or 200 mile engine. And I was like, I even ended, I was like, I know how this sounds. Okay. I get it. Like,
yeah.
If you're reading this going, oh, fuck this guy, I know how it sounds.
Yeah.
But the first time you start this thing up or drive it, you'll know, and if you're familiar with 7.3s, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This thing starts up faster. Like the key, like you breathe on the key, it's already on and running.
Yeah.
It starts up faster than both my other trucks do.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling the first person I can get to actually come out and see it and drive it, they'll probably make an offer, which I hope is enough for what I want for it.
Yeah.
I'd like to get as close to 10 as I can for it.
You shouldn't have said that.
Well, I already did.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I even posted that in the Facebook
okay.
group too. I posted the ad in there. I was like, let's get me 10 of those, boys. Let's get 10.
Yeah.
If I get more than that, I'll be happy with it. But if I can get 10 out of it, I'll feel pretty good about it.
Yeah.
Because I'll have 35, 5, 57, and there were some, other bits and pieces that I had to get. We'll call it 65 into it.
Yeah.
not including my time or anything like that.
Yeah.
And if I sell for 10, there's a nice 35 out of it.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing there, it's the money out of the
6 liter. You're
Yeah.
out of the 6 liter now.
So in all actuality, like the money that I put into the 6 liters, it's almost like not actualized anymore. I've already recovered from it.
Yeah.
So it's almost like just basically the money for the axles and the money for the tires is kind of like the only realized debt that I'm into right now with it.
I am sure glad you decided to put new tires on it though.
Very
Instead of
very happy.
even over like used tires, like it's.
Well, I kept looking for 375 or 315 75 16s on like Marketplace and stuff like that, and I was literally finding hammered Ironmans on wheels for like $1,000. I was like, I don't need wheels. I don't want wheels, and those tires are hammered. They're not going to do me any good.
Yeah.
The only reason that these tires are going to work well in this is because they're brand new.
Yeah. Yeah. No, someone's going to see that, and
Yeah.
hopefully, I'm pulling for you. Get
Thanks.
the most out of it. It's a good looking truck. It truly is. I mean, it's really not a bad truck for,
I like the stance of it as far as like the
it's got
front,
a great stance.
Yeah, as far as the front and rear, it's basically a the height that a stock F350 would be in the front, but then the height of a stock F250 in the back. So technically, as far as it being an F350, it is reverse lowered because the only difference in there is the overload springs in the block.
I saw that picture you sent me. You put a piece of tape over the tube.
Yeah.
It's still on there.
Is it?
Yeah, I left it on there for the listing pictures because I listed it as an F250 or F352/250.
It's being F275.
Yeah, it's right in the middle.
No, it'd be an F300.
F300.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
Yeah. It's an F300.
She got a 1 ton front end and a 3/4 ton rear.
Yeah.
But yeah, the very first line I have on there is like, this is an F250 that has had a Kingpin Dana 60, swapped into it, flat out, 410 gears. Oh, and also the 410 gears and the 35s in there
Money.
works great.
Yeah.
The only thing I might end up doing, and this is only if I haven't even looked yet, but aside from painting the wiper arm,
Yeah.
is it's got diesel sight tunes on there. I'm not really happy with them. Like, and it's the shifting. And I have a feeling it may rub someone the wrong way when they're driving it. The shift schedule is just absolutely fucking piss poor. And I don't know how old the tunes are. We never sold diesel sight tunes, so the guy who put them on there didn't buy them from us. I don't know which tune is which. And I don't even know if someone was making their tunes for them, but it will make it goes through the gears too fast. Like it goes all the way through them.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
So
I didn't even know Diesel Sight made tunes.
Me either.
But
It's got the little hydro switcher that says
Diesel Sight
Diesel Sight branded on it. Yeah. I'm gonna look them up right now.
What if you just took the tuner out?
I would not try and sell that truck with no tuner. It's gonna be the biggest dog in the fucking world.
Yeah. Well, it's a stock 7.3, so.
Yeah, I know. It does well, though. It does all right. Yeah, let me look this up real quick.
I don't even think they have tunes on their site.
I don't think they do either.
I've never heard of it.
Never heard of her. Max E programming. Yeah, must have been like a old thing or something. I don't know. Anyways, so I can't even find like what tunes are what. I just know number 2 is high idle.
You should just call them and be like, "Hey."
Maybe, I don't know. But if the thing is, I haven't even looked because if it is an actually a Hydra platform, that means it has that updater cable in there. And if the updater cable is accessible, all I gotta do is plug my laptop into it.
Yeah.
In which case, I can get the serial number for it, and I can get the PCM code from it, and I can, shout out to my favorite tuning folks, Gearhead,
Yeah.
and have a batch of tunes on there, which I know are going to make that truck drive way better than it already is.
Yeah.
But that's kind of one of those things where I may do it, I may not. I literally haven't even looked to see if the cord is hanging out yet, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I told you that I figured out the whole no start issue, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I think we talked about
we haven't talked about it on here though.
Oh, we haven't.
No. So the way I let it off last time is I was going to get a star solenoid and kind of swap it out and see what happens.
Yeah.
So I started diagnosing the no start issue and got a new star solenoid for it. Put it in, didn't change anything. Still just roll the key over, not even clicks, no nothing. And I did that so many times that the ignition started feeling kind of wonky. And I was like, okay. Well, I was like, we all know I have experience with ignitions now since the the key broke off, or the one broke off in the excursion. So I felt very comfortable pulling it out. So I pulled it out and I was like, well, let's just have a look at this. Maybe if I pull it out, I find like the housing's cracked and the tumbler is barely making contact, and which is why it's not starting or something like that. So I pull it out and everything kind of looks okay. And I'm looking in there and I'm flashlighting like that. And so I take it inside and I, lo and behold, you guys all know I save all my old parts. I've got my entire old lock and key cylinder set.
Tell your story.
Yeah. Tyler's got to take a phone call. That was where you heard this. So I take it out and I'm like, okay, maybe it just need to be clean. Maybe it's some block in it. So I take it out and I take all my old ignition stuff out from the excursion, because maybe there's some parts in there. Maybe I can rekey it or something like that. And as I'm trying to loosen it up, it just locks up. Everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like, what's that movie that's in theaters right now that everybody's talking about?
Sound of Freedom.
Sound of
yeah.
Freedom.
Call her back.
I was like, something freedom. Oh, look at that. This is nice. Look at it's called Sound of Freedom.
Sound of Freedom.
Sound of Freedom.
I have yet to see it yet. I know I need to. But.
Love you. Bye. Oh, don't call Troy.
But yeah, and then it completely locks up to I can't even get the key out. Like shit. I don't have, and only by happenstance on my way home from getting the star solenoid that morning, I stopped at Ace and made 2 copies of the key, which is good because I could not get that key out of there, and that would mean I wouldn't even have a key for the door. So I went back to O'Reilly's, got a new ignition cylinder, put it in, still didn't start. But at least now I have 2 keys for the ignition and 2 keys for the doors.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And as I'm looking around, and I just didn't notice this before, or maybe I did and just didn't even think about it, it's got one of those like chips, like a disabler chip. So you put it on there, and if you take it out, it doesn't start. And it's like double zip tied in there. And I know I haven't hit it or anything. But then I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. So I roll the key over as I like shake it. It's like, go, it's trying to start. I'm like, that's it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because I could start the truck by just, jumping the solenoid, put the key in the on position with a screwdriver, and everything's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I undid the zip tie on there, took it out, cleaned it, put it back in, and got to a spot where it would always make contact, and zip tied 11 fuck out of it. And now it starts every time, which is great. That was a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
I got the seat mechanism fixed, because there's one of those ones where if you lean back and it goes, just rolls back all the way back to the back seat. Can't remember if I mentioned it or not, but the guy who has the blue truck is the same guy who I got this from, the single cab. And he's like, well, if that doesn't work and you can't find a replacement, you can always grab the ratcheting one off of the blue truck, because I'm 6'3" and I can't recline the seat. So it doesn't matter if it's broken.
Yeah.
So we did that. We met up on Saturday morning, and we swapped those out. And now it holds just fine, which is great. But then I went through and just vacuumed the living shit out of it, wiped down everything, cleaned out all the crap that was in there. And just give it a really, really good interior clean. And the interior, like the dashboard, it's one of the cleanest dashboards I've seen.
Yeah.
And like the instrument cluster, it doesn't rattle or anything like that. Everything's good to go there. AC blows ice fucking cold.
It's got that R12.
Got the
sauce.
R12,
Yeah.
and I put that steering wheel cover on there.
Oh yeah.
I put that on there.
Did.
And it looks good.
I touched it.
Did it feel right?
No.
It looks perfect in there.
It does.
But and I got the steering wheel straightened on it, and pretty much all of the crud that had built up on the rotors I've burned through, and it's back down to
Nice fresh
nice
rotor.
fresh
Basically,
metal on the
just
rotor.
had a machined essentially.
Pretty much, yeah. I was worried because I messaged Jesse. I was like, hey, when we do tires, can we set the alignment, because this thing's pulling real hard.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, sure, it's fine. I mean, setting alignment on those things, there's 2 adjustments. That's it. That's all I got. And as I kept driving it, I went down the hill by my house and rode the brakes the entire time. And I was like, doesn't pull anymore. Figured it out.
Yeah.
But then just recentered the steering wheel again.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I like that truck. I'm glad that I had a chance to use it. Oh, the toolbox. Fucking toolbox. So it's got a toolbox in it, and like the latches were like like the handles were normally like riveted in.
Yeah.
And someone unriveted them, I'm guessing, because they lost the key and couldn't open it, so they had to do that to get it out. I just used self tappers. So the latches work. this lock cylinder works, or the hydraulic cylinder works to keep the lid open.
Yeah.
And then to attach it to the bed rails. You guys are gonna hate me. Okay. But first things first, all right. I went and bought J bolts. Okay. I want you guys to know I went and bought J bolts.
You bought the right thing, but did the wrong thing.
I was not going to drill through the bed rail. Okay. Yeah. But then when I moved the toolbox, where a toolbox normally goes, there was already like 4 or 5 holes on each side.
Yeah.
I was like,
send it.
I am not going to sit, because I don't know if you guys have ever done J bolts on a toolbox. Like it's not the hardest thing, but there is a little bit of effort you got to put in there, because the bolt needs to be like straight up and down on there. It's hard to get to. You're laying on the floor. It's already like 110 in my garage. Yeah. And I've already like wasted time on the whole no start thing that I wasn't planning on, all sort of kind of shit. So I wouldn't say I was rushing, but at this point I'm kind of like, I'm biding my time. I'm like, well, yeah. What needs to be done? Like, can I throw 4 large self tappers in here and be done with it? And
sometimes you have to ask yourself, what would my neighbor do?
Kind of.
Like, anybody else with that truck would do the same exact thing. Yeah. So it's like
the toolbox doesn't even lock.
Yeah.
And I've got, seats inside that need to be vacuumed.
Yeah.
Like I should clean those seats.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of a delegation of time at that point. And honestly, my wife has been super supportive of this, but even she was like, she's kind of starting to get to the point, because like after every day at work and all day during the weekend, I'm out there working on this thing. And we went into it knowing that. But even then, she's kind of like, hey, man, like this is
getting a little out of hand.
Out of hand here.
You told me you were going to flip it in 1 week.
I mean, I did have, I'm a week late, I will say.
You are a week late.
I'm a week late, but
I thought it was a little, out there for you to get it, like buy it, get it done that weekend, post it, because you wanted to originally post it by 4th of July.
I want to post it by 4th of July.
And I was like, that is not happening.
Here's the thing though. If I had said I want to have it done by yesterday, it would have taken me an extra week on top of that.
Yeah.
I think because I put that date on myself, it did cause me to really kind of measure my time.
Yeah.
Because then I would have sat there like, oh, I bet you I could clean this better. Maybe I will take that out and clean it all the way. Maybe I'll, maybe I will get the IPR out and clean it out. Maybe I'll just throw some up pipes on it.
And then shit just starts piling up.
It starts piling up.
And then all of a sudden, 3 months goes by and you still have the truck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I knew if
your wife's gone.
Yeah.
What is that? The hot dog guy or what is it? Your wife called.
Oh yeah. Hot dogs, tacos, tostadas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your mom calls. Your dad's still alive. UPS dropped a sign for this. Yes, it's a sign. It could be a fucking iPad.
It could be an iPad.
Dumbass. Oh, there it is. Everybody's happy about it.
What happened to that guy? Like, I almost want to watch that video. After this is done, we're watching that video.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
hot dogs, tacos, tostadas.
Are you done talking about your junk?
Well, about my truck. I could talk about my junk if you want.
Go ahead.
But that's pretty much the deal of it there. Like, and it's posted. I hope someone buys it, and I'm excited to either move on to the next or just enjoy the fact that I was able to flip something, and I got $10 grand in my bank account now. Granted, I had to spend some money to get that 10 grand, but
you got it back.
I got, and like I mentioned before, at the end of the day, if I can get this for 10 grand, I've gone from Excursion Blue Truck, and I think at that point I had maybe like 3 grand in my savings.
Yeah,
I got an Excursion Blue Truck to Excursion F-250 with a back seat and 10 grand in my savings.
Yeah,
like. I'd say net, I'll be honest, guys, like I don't add a lot to my savings. I save a little bit, but most of my extra money goes into our like joint savings.
Yeah.
So my savings is kind of like my own savings, like my own little slush fund, right?
Sub savings,
yeah. But yeah, so I'm excited.
I'm excited for you. What the hell is with people in dual stabilizers, dual steering stabilizers? Is it just because of the way that they look? Because I know half you guys out there have freaking stock tires. It don't even like why? And the only reason I'm saying this is I hate packaging them up. It's so bad.
It's the death wobble.
Oh my god! Dual steering stabilizers are going to be the death of me. Why, Ben? Why?
Let's see.
Why do people do it?
I think mostly it's because someone tells them they need to, and people like symmetry. And 2 is 1 is lopsided, 2 is equal.
I still think like a Fox ATS dampener looks way cooler underneath your rig than 2 just like Fox 2.0.
Well, that's not what all the magazines said for the last like 35
Fuck
years.
them.
I know, right? Okay. Again, like you're preaching to the choir. Like I'm with you, but I am going to play a little devil's advocate here. Okay?
Play it.
So
Play it right now.
I fully acknowledge that a truck that has a proper front end
Yeah.
with a good single steering stabilizer will not run or drive any better than that same front end with two. Here's the only asterisk or exception. Okay. It does make sense when you think about dual steering stabilizer. Yeah, no. When you start looking at like a lot heavier wheel and tire package. Okay. But do I think going with like
Now, when I think of that, okay, I'm thinking, okay, heavier wheel and tire. You now are adding essentially pressure, pushing against your steering both ways now, right? And you have a stock steering box with no steering box brace.
You're not wrong. You're transferring the load somewhere else, right? But the idea is to give you to reduce the shock load of the wheels.
Yeah. How about this? People stop buying dual. Well, no, you can continue to buy dual. This is where I'm in a catch-22 because we sell parts, but I'm back there packaging them, and I don't know what it is. I think it's the length of the box that they are put in. It's just it just frustrates you to no end when it's like another one. It's like, where's your steering box brace, bro? Why aren't you buying that? There's 1,000 of those on the shelf. Why don't you get one of those?
Yeah, and guess what? They're cheaper.
Yeah. I mean, redhead steering gears. I mean, come on. Like, what are you trying to do?
I can't tell you how many times people call in for steering stabilizers, and we're like, are you sure?
I'm going to take my steering stabilizer off my truck. I'm just going to say, fuck it. I'm not even going to run one.
My blue truck didn't even have one.
I don't even want one. I don't even want one anymore. No.
So yeah, see what happens.
I bet you, though. If someone came out with a quad steering stabilizer for the front, people would buy it. People would go just absolutely crazy over it.
There are SEMA fuck donk top
6
trucks
shocks
that have
people would buy it.
Like King 2.5 with reservoir.
Yeah,
like dual steering stabilizers.
So it's. I have no words for the amount of stupidity that is involved with that decision.
I will say this, okay?
Go ahead.
When it comes time to do suspension on the green truck,
yeah,
and I'm doing like a BDS
we're
4-inch
putting
kit.
4 shocks on the front of that thing.
I am. Well, I'm doing dual shocks on the front, and I'm doing dual steering stabilizers on there. I have 100%.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Seriously?
For 2 reasons. One, it's a heavy truck. Okay, it's a heavy fucking truck, and I like the way 2 shocks look because that's what I saw in a magazine. Okay, and also I like the look of a dual steering stabilizer, straight up, and I want it all Fox 2.0, and I want it all match. Corey just handed us a picture.
You've seen it already.
Oh,
I wasn't. So that is a Y style steering. It looks like they took the bracket from a T style steering and put it on their Y style steering, and then somehow mounted a Rancho shock. The level of stupidity that is happening here. Is this someone we know?
It was
Is this someone we know?
it was somebody calling to look to replace that shock.
First of all, you should probably post this picture. First things first. Bro, you need a steering box brace for one, because I could see the bottom of your pitman arm nut there, and it's just a regular nut, and it's all shitty. Okay, steering box brace. Secondly, update it to a T-style steering at least. Get rid of that Y-style bullshit, and get a single, like a Carly fucking low-mount steering stabilizer on there. That looks 100 times cleaner and will function 100 times better. You could even go with the Mopar kit. I don't care. Go with the Synergy kit. I don't care. Get rid of that Y-style steering. Also, upgrade your track bar. You look like you have a fucking lifted truck and it's a stock track bar on there. And also air up your tire.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
There's a lot going on there.
It also usually blows people's minds when we tell them that a perfectly working front end where all the components are within spec and adjusted properly, you shouldn't actually need a steering stabilizer.
Right.
It's only there to, like, what do shocks do when you drive? They dampen, the force from a wheel
so like
getting...
bump steer.
Yeah. So when you think about it, like, could you drive your vehicle without shocks? Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. But what does a shock do on your vehicle? It makes your driving, more pleasurable.
Yeah.
Like, okay. So it does that exact same thing for your steering.
Yeah.
That's all it does.
Yeah.
It just takes the shock load out.
Yeah.
So if with a good, with everything the way it's supposed to be, you shouldn't even need a shock. You shouldn't even need a steering stabilizer.
But if you're going to do one, I really, really like the Fox ATS style dampener. If you're looking at a dual, just look at one of those.
What about dual ATSs?
No.
Did I just put an idea out there that no one needs to hear?
You did, because that is so incredibly
I
retarded.
can see the shafts, like, for some reason hitting each other on the front.
just sword fighting under there. Oh God, I just don't get it. Here's the thing. The kits that we sell, like the BDS kit, that is actually a really well put together kit.
It is, yeah.
I just hate boxing it up. This is what my whole complaint about this whole thing is, boxing them up. Okay. So don't take this with any like seriousness.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just complaining because boxing up dual steering stabilizer kits are gonna make me go on a rampage.
Well, and for those of you that haven't caught on quite yet, one of our shipping guys did have a baby, so Tyler has been pulling double duty as far as packing up stuff, and this is why he's
at this point it's no excuse.
Yeah, at this point he's got such animosity towards dual steering stabilizers that it's just a new thing about Tyler.
Like, I would rather ship exhaust all day, than do dual steering stabilizers. I would rather. No, it's fine. It's just my little gripe. It's just my little gripe. It's not affecting me emotionally or physically or anything.
It's not
at
affecting
all.
me emotionally.
It doesn't bother me at all.
I'm not mad. I'm not
just
mad.
disappointed.
I'm upset.
Yeah.
You know what I say to my wife when stuff like that happens? I look her dead in the face and I'm like, I'm butthurt right now.
Yeah.
I'm a grown man. Fully acknowledge, shouldn't be butthurt over this. I'm butthurt over it. And I'm starting to get more upset because I can tell that I'm butthurt over it and I shouldn't be. So I'm going to be butthurt for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, just take
Well,
everything I say with a grain of salt. All right.
At this point, I just, again, I have to just give kudos to shipping guys. That is one hell of a job. It really is. And I honestly do feel like a lot of shipping people are probably underpaid, to be honest with you. Because that could be some back-breaking freaking work.
Mm-hmm.
Lifting shit all the time. Like, you're just move it to another spot for have somebody else to pick up, or you have to move it twice. Like, shipping guys, that is a lot of work. And I definitely have to give kudos to, especially our shipping guys, getting the parts out as quickly as they do. I mean, holy shit, man, we're shipping over 200 packages a day. It's a lot of work. And again, they're not t-shirts, they're not little things. I mean, we have clutches that are 125 pounds, exhaust kits that are 85 pounds. It is a lot of it's a lot of work.
Yeah,
I gotta give them. I will say I probably lost like at least 10 or 15 pounds, I would think.
maybe.
There's no way to confirm that whatsoever because I have no idea where I started with. So, but I mean, come on, I gotta have something. I sit on my ass all day, and then to go out there and do that, like, that's got to do something.
Probably is. We did have a listener post a question. Tyler, how do you spell especially?
I spell it wrong every single fucking time. So honestly, I don't know.
Okay.
I spell it wrong and I let spell check do the work for me.
No, we had a podcast list because you say especially.
Because I said it different?
No, because you say especially.
Oh, instead of especially?
Especially.
Yeah, I spell it. Yeah, I probably spell it wrong every time. You want to fight? What do you want to... Like, get off my back, dude. I'm a diesel guy, not a fucking linguist.
So he's Canadian too. So I believe his post was like, I don't know if anybody has mentioned this before, but I don't know.
I will punch you right in the face.
I don't know if you guys say it different down there, but why the fuck does Tyler say especially?
Listen, man. All right.
It's little fucking pansy bitches like you that especially piss me off.
Now I'm gonna go drink my espresso.
Yeah. Get fucked.
Yeah. I don't mean that. I don't really actually want to fight you. I am terrible at spelling. I am terrible at grammar. Hence why I'm in the diesel industry and not, I don't know, a writer or anybody that has to write things professionally. There you go.
Don't you write
I'm kind of an idiot.
Don't you write listings
Yeah, but there's
professionally?
also spell check. And there's also things that, like, you know, listen, I could think of a great sentence, like a great sentence. Write it down. I'll spell half the words wrong. I understand that. That's the whole reason why I was like, I'm not going to real college. I'm going to like tech school. Like I knew that from the beginning. Like I knew I was an idiot when it comes to that stuff. So
not an idiot.
I mean,
Not an idiot.
Well, if you put me in a room of people that write books, I'm an idiot. Or editors,
well, and guess
I'm an
what?
idiot.
They don't know how to do anything besides turn their car on and drive it.
Exactly. I have way more useful attributes about me, and spelling is not one of them. And thankfully, there's this thing called spell check.
Yeah.
And you put the little dots under the line, like, oh, you fucked up right there. Just right click on that bitch, and it'll be like, did you mean this?
You should, if you were trapped in a room with those, you should look at one of them and be like, hey, you ever proofread stuff? Yeah. They made your job into a computer.
Yeah.
Guess what I do? Fix trucks.
Yeah.
Can't make my job into a computer.
Yeah, exactly. So
They
who's
reduced
fucked?
your job
So
down
who's fucked now?
to a paperclip named Clippy.
Listen.
All right.
I can't spell. Okay, sue me. Okay.
From now on, if I ever have the chance to address any sort of intellectual person that actually does write or anything like that, I'm going to call him Clippy. Hey, Clippy. Yeah. Little paperclip from
Oh, yeah.
way back in the day.
Like, hey, man, you fucked
Clippy.
up right here.
Yeah. Hey, did you even
Did you
say
mean
that?
this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're writing a suicide note. You want to put some more adjectives in there?
Yeah. So, there.
Cheers to you, Clippy.
Got me. Yeah, you got me. I can't spell.
All right, boys and girls, just going to wrap this one up. I really appreciate all you guys tuning in. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe and check us out at dieselpowerproducts.com.